Have you ever met someone who doesn't seek attention, yet every eye in the room is drawn to them? They don't try, they just are. This isn't just charm. This is the dangerous psychology of being irresistible. It's a siren call woven from the deepest parts of our minds, where feminine energy doesn't just spark desire, it starts a profound, sometimes perilous, journey into the soul. Imagine this woman. She's not just a person, she's an archetype. In the world of psychology, Carl Jung would call her the anima-made, flesh-living embodiment of the feminine ideal. Her presence is like a polished mirror reflecting the hidden shadow parts of everyone who looks her way. When a man encounters her, he's not meeting a conquest, he's meeting a catalyst. His unconscious mind stirs, and projections all his hidden ideals and fears begin to surface. He might see her as the perfect nurturer, the ultimate temptress, or the redeemer he's been waiting for. But this magnetic pull is double-edged. In her irresistibility lies a risk. Attachment can twist into obsession, especially when it hooks into unresolved traumas that we all carry. Let's paint a picture. A quiet street, slick with rain under amber lights. She pauses, a silhouette against the mist. He's drawn in, compelled by a force he can't name, his steps faltering. This is the first turning point. His composure cracks. He's been taught to accept fate, but his deep-seated fears of abandonment scream in rebellion against her calm, detached presence. She doesn't chase him. Her silence is a deliberate void, amplifying his inner chaos, turning his admiration into a dangerous hunger. As this silent dance continues, she becomes a singular, forbidden garden, lush and gated. He wanders inside, and the thorns of her boundaries prick at his ego. Her power isn't in what she does, but in what she doesn't do. A lingering look that promises unexplored depths is enough to make his own inner world swell with confusion. This is where attachment styles clash. His anxiety crashes against her secure sovereignty or strength, she forged by facing her own shadows of rejection and emerging unbreakable. Can you feel it? That tension building, forcing you to confront the very voids that make this kind of pull so powerful and so perilous. Let's go deeper. Imagine them in a dimly lit alcove, desire hanging in the air like incense. He leans in, his words a rush of vulnerability disguised as confidence. But she responds with poetic restraint, her voice like a slow river carving through stone. His projections intensify. He sees in her the part of himself he has neglected, the feminine ideal that exposes his own fragmentation. This moment can either push him toward growth or send him spiraling. His pursuit is often a replay of childhood longings for validation, but she, through her own inner work, has broken free from these cycles. Her self-worth is a fortress. The danger lies in this powerful contrast where his emotional turbulence meets her profound calm. It's a force that can either heal or shatter. Picture her at a crowded party. Her laughter cuts through the noise, drawing him in like a moth to a flame. He circles her, his behavior a strange mix of awe and aggression, his ego puffing up to mask the terror he feels at her sheer irresistibility. She is like the moon, waxing in mystery, waning in accessibility, forcing him to confront the unintegrated, aggressive parts of his own soul. His fear of losing her propels him toward desperate gestures, while her feminine energy, tempered with wisdom, remains a beacon of self-possession. It's a stark reminder of the peril of projecting our unmet needs onto someone else's wholeness. The third turning point often arrives in the quiet of parting glances. Silence becomes a weapon, and unspoken desire is a scream echoing in the space between them. He grasps for more, but his projections crumble as she withdraws not from weakness, but with the deliberate mystery of someone who no longer needs validation from others. His old wounds demand fusion, emerging with her, while hers have been transformed into autonomy. Her irresistibility has become a dangerous mirror, reflecting back all his perceived inadequacies. You can sense that internal shift, can't you? That feeling when you're faced with a force that provokes you to question your own attachments, urging you toward a detachment that feels both liberating and terrifying. Now, imagine this dynamic stretching over weeks. He sends desperate texts in the dead of night. She replies with measured grace, her words like cool rain on parched earth, nourishing but fleeting. This is the fourth turning point. The psychological tension hits a crescendo. His ego finally battles with the realization that her magnetic pull comes from her own solids of worth, not from her availability to him. This forces a confrontation with his own traumas. His own inner feminine, long neglected, dances in the foreground, almost vengeful. The dynamic can shift toward avoidance, with emotional volatility threatening to consume them both. Think of her walking through autumn woods. He follows her, drawn by her aura, only to find their paths diverging. He's left alone on his path, suddenly face to face with his own shadows, his feelings of inadequacy, his fear of being engulfed, all clashing against her integrated, fierce, and protective spirit. This journey is a hard lesson in endurance through detachment. But the danger is real. Unresolved wounds can twist desire into destruction, turning her empowerment into a hazardous gift. The final turning point often comes in a moment of raw confession. He lays his soul bare, crushed under the weight of her steady gaze. The mystery thickens as she simply listens. Her response, when it comes, is like a poetic echo that redirects his projections inward, forcing him to find his own answers. Her most powerful, attractive quality is her detachment. Her energy draws people in without ever demanding anything from them. This is the beautiful, dangerous edge where being irresistible demands constant vigilance, lest the pull drag both people into the abyss. But this isn't a story about destruction. It's about empowerment. The truly irresistible woman is the one who has completed her journey of individuation. She has walked through her own shadows and forged a self-worth that radiates without apology. Detachment is her armor, and awareness is her guide. She releases the man's unconscious grip, not by fighting him, but through the quiet authority of someone who has balanced her inner world. Attachment is no longer a chain, it's a choice. Desire is no longer madness, it's mutual respect. Her irresistibility ceases to be a danger and becomes a testament to wholeness. She's the woman who can end a fervent embrace with a gentle step back, leaving him in the echo of her scent to ponder his own depths. The turbulent waters of the psyche finally calm and flow toward liberation. This is the ultimate truth. True, lasting attraction is emotional stable. It defies the perils of projection. Through this complex psychology, the irresistible feminine reveals her true purpose, not to unravel and destroy, but to unravel and awaken. The tension dissolves into clarity, the silence becomes strength, and desire transforms into discernment. The woman who walks away in silence isn't weak. She simply sees more, her vision piercing the veils of illusion to claim the freedom that lies beyond. Thank you so much for joining me on this deep dive. If this resonated with you, I'd be so grateful if you liked this video and subscribe for more content that explores the depths of the human experience. See you next time.